2022 is Camping World's grand finale as title sponsor of the Truck Series, an honor they had held since 2009, and yes, Gander Mountain counts too. I had heard the rumors of what would be the replacement title sponsor, but was skeptical about it being true. Well, on August 26, 2022, it was made official.
What does it mean to be official? To earn the badge as a trusted source, a symbol of quality and pride. For 95 years, Craftsman Tools has been the backbone for those who build, for those who innovate, for those who pursue goals greater than themselves. To be the official tool of NASCAR is to represent the best of what's possible. For the teams, for the sport, for the future.
Oh, that's a problem.
Put on the brake, wheels to the left. Go, 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 go.
Oh, no.
Be aggressive, everything.
Checkered flag is in the air, and he has done it.
Again, baby.
And that future? Well, it's back to where we started. The NASCAR Truck Series. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series returns in 2023. We build pride. One turn, one lap, one race at a time.
After 14 years, Craftsman will return to the Truck Series as title sponsor. The original Craftsman era of the Truck Series is widely regarded of having some of the best and most memorable racing in NASCAR, not only during that era, but in NASCAR history. The news of Craftsman leaving after the 2008 season was saddening for racing fans because it completed the trio of title sponsor switches to new sponsors for all three National Touring Series of NASCAR in a 6-year span. The Cup Series went from Winston to Nextel and later Sprint. The Busch Series became the Nationwide Series, and now Craftsman would be leaving and Camping World would be taking over as title sponsor for the Truck Series starting in 2009. 2008 would be Craftsman's grand finale. And man, was it a great season. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, but let me explain. 2008 is widely regarded as one of, if not the, best seasons in Truck Series history. Now, I know you conspiracy theorists out there are gonna say there's only one reason why I'd say that, but there's actually a lot of reasons. Well, think about it. The 2008 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series season had great racing, chaotic moments, multiple Kyle Busch rampages, emotional wins, photo finishes, unexpected moments, boatloads of fun, unexpected wins, and one of the best, if not the best, championship finales in the history of the entire series, and very likely in NASCAR history as well. So, in honor of Craftsman's return to the Truck Series, here is my story of Craftsman's original grand finale, the 2008 Ford 200. So when I said that 2008 had one of the best, if not the best, championship finales in the history of the Truck Series, I wasn't joking. Let me set the scene for you. Ron Hornaday was the reigning champion of the series after defeating Mike Skinner in 2007. Hornaday was looking to become the first driver in the history of the series to win back-to-back championships. In order for Hornaday to accomplish that, he would have to beat his championship rival. In 2008, Hornaday's championship rival was Johnny Benson. In early September, NASCAR made a rule change reducing Toyota's horsepower in comparison to the Chevrolets. With Benson in a Toyota and Hornaday in a Chevy, Hornaday and the other Chevys now had a questionable advantage over the Toyotas. That backfired at Martinsville in October, though, as that race turned into a fuel mileage race as Hornaday ran out of fuel and Johnny won. However, with the horsepower advantage Hornaday had, he did manage to dwindle down Benson's points lead to only 3 points come the season finale at Homestead. With the points format back then, whoever beat the other at Homestead would win the championship. And that is where the story of this race begins. Everyone in my racing group were together watching this race. There were 6 of us, and 5 of us had a driver in this race. And sure enough, one is a Benson fan, and another is a Hornaday fan. So this was definitely going to be a wild night. If you saw the stats before the race started and remembered the horsepower rule change, then it seemed like a foregone conclusion that Hornaday would easily beat Benson. Even the Benson fan of the group, who was a pessimist, had a lot of doubts and fears that there wasn't anything Johnny could do to outduel Hornaday. The race started simple enough. Everything was nice and calm. Things were normal until lap 6 when Ryan Hackett, running third to last, spun out to cause the first caution of the night. Some drivers, including Kyle Busch, pitted under this caution. The restart came on lap 10. Kyle Busch charged through the field as Mike Skinner tried to make a pass on Kevin Harvick for the lead. Meanwhile, Harvick tries to slow up Skinner to get Ron Hornaday the lead, which back then would have earned him 5 bonus points.
Turn 3, and now Skinner drifts up the track. Watch out, here comes Hornaday.
Watch this. This is a ploy to get him 5 points, I guarantee you. Look at Harvick. He slows down. He's on the inside. The next time by, Hornaday can get those 5 points, but Skinner says, I'm taking you 3 wide.
Well, Skinner was the one that kept him from doing it.
And they showed on our monitor just moments ago that Hornaday was in front, but it wasn't. It was Kevin Harvick that stayed up front. So Hornaday still doesn't have those 5 bonus points.
He's fixing to get them, though.
Just that Chevrolet just a little too strong down that back straightaway. Man, he pulled Skinner a couple of car lengths going into 3.
And remember now, Skinner is Johnny Benson's teammate, so he has a reason to keep Hornaday back.
But remember last week when Hornaday was trying to lead the race to get 5 points and he got in trouble?
As Hornaday led 31 straight laps, Benson was struggling a bit, being in the back half of the top 10.
The case for Johnny Benson. They were struggling this time last night to find the handle on this race truck. It's much better this evening riding 8th as Benson where he started, but he has said he has no grip on any corner of this truck, and he wants it fixed when they come in for a pit stop. Trip Bruce has been very calm on the radio. I would anticipate a chassis adjustment when they come down pit road.
A bizarre problem that I have never heard of before or since then started to happen regarding Johnny. Part of the tape on the rear spoiler slowly but surely started coming off. As that was being discussed, a debris caution flew.
His tape that's covering the back of his spoiler. There's a gap between 2 pieces of spoiler where the template goes. His tape's falling off. He's losing downforce because of that. You know, these trucks are tweaked out to the nth degree. That tape is supposed to be across that rear spoiler to help push it down. He's losing a little bit of downforce there. That's not good.
Yeah, it's like a leaky faucet. I mean, you know, the pressure's going out through that little crack.
Well, we're hearing caution, debris on the backstretch, so we'll slow down one more time. I'm guessing right now, if you guys are breathing a little easier, not having to make green flag pit stops.
This is a pretty good time caution right now. We've completed 40 laps. These guys can go maybe 55 to 60 once they put fuel in them. That means we can get in a window where everybody could make it on one more stop if we had to.
Pretty much everyone pitted under that caution. NASCAR had a discussion with Johnny Benson's pit crew regarding the issue with the rear spoiler, and something interesting happened.
Put that tape on under this pit stop, didn't get it done, and NASCAR actually told Trip Bruce, the crew chief, he was going to have to come back down here, giving up a ton of track position and do it. Now, after they had the conversation, and now you see the replay of Johnny's pit stop, NASCAR said, I'm going to give you one more chance. So that means next time when they pit, they will have to get that tape on the rear spoiler. And there you see the NASCAR official signaling to the team that it needs to be done. And Trip Bruce just met with his guys, making sure they understand what they're going to do. A tough situation for them, and that will add some anxiety the next time they have to pit. But here's what's interesting. When Trip Bruce originally told Johnny Benson, you've got to come back down pit road so we can add the tape, Benson came back and said, you're kidding, right? No laughing matter in this pit area, I can guarantee you.
You know, and we saw the crew member put a wedge wrench on the back of that truck. That adjustment never got made. Trip Bruce said, we got to have a better plan next time, guys. We got to get the adjustments made. So they didn't get done to that truck what they had hoped to with that wedge wrench that went on the back of the truck.
Are you ready?
NASCAR, in an unexpected and knowing them probably an unprecedented move, bargained with them, giving them, quote, one more chance to fix the problem the next time Johnny goes down pit road. However, the booth discusses the fact that this situation not being rectified was actually a disadvantage for Johnny.
I don't believe you. That piece of tape being off is a disadvantage, not an advantage.
Yeah,
So,
and if I didn't get my adjustments made, Daryl, I believe I'd come down and I'd put that tape on and I'd make my adjustments because it's early in the race. You can do that. Now, this thing goes green for a while. You don't get the perfect chance to get that tape put on. It's going to hurt you later. I believe I'd have went down right now and tried to rally back.
Yeah, when you're trying to keep up with that 33 truck, you can't give up that much track position. That may have worked, but I'd be scared to be back in the back looking at this.
Exactly. I don't think I want to be behind 30 trucks right now at this point in the race.
Not right now.
It's worked out okay for Kyle Busch. You can see him. He's driven up to the 4th spot, cutting down to the low side, trying to get 3rd for Terry Cook.
But he's not trying to win a championship. He's just trying to win a race.
Wait, now, Eric Darnell doesn't understand what Kevin Harvick's plan is right now.
Kevin Harvick tried stalling to give Hornaday more laps left for 5 more bonus points for leading the most laps in the race. But Kyle Busch forces Harvick's hand. Hornaday starts falling back anyway. Kevin Harvick and mostly Kyle Busch pretty much had the lead position on lockdown at this point. Nothing else of note happened until lap 91 when another debris caution came out. However, this is where Johnny Benson was forced to pit due to the rear spoiler issue. That was the focus. But look what happens.
Johnny Benson will have to come onto pit road and put tape on that rear spoiler, and we're expecting another adjustment to be made to that truck.
Yeah, that tape is not going to take any time, though. You can see the debris on the racetrack. Probably the catch can man more than likely will try to put that tape on that spoiler, so I don't think that's going to take any extra time. But now the adjustment could take a little extra time depending on who does it.
And I will tell you, they had a plan for that catch can man to put that tape on last time. He struggled. And you know, tape, I'm going to say something that's blatantly obvious. Tape is sticky. And sometimes it gets stuck together and a good plan goes bad. So,
You know,
give us a guy
Michael
and
just
get the
thinks of
window
things that
up now.
I
Don't
never
worry about
think
it.
of.
I tell you what, he's got a point, though, because you're running around. There's a lot of pressure. There's a championship on the line, and now we're talking about one piece of tape.
Hey, this may be a championship pit stop coming right here.
It could very well be. And hey, Mike.
4 tires going on the Camping Road Chevy to Adam.
It's going to be right side tires only for Johnny Benson. They got the tape on the spoiler. That done by rear carrier Curtis Martin. And JB, the first off of pit road. A big-time pit call gets the point leader entering the lead late in the race here at Homestead.
Hey, Trip Bruce said I have to do something. I mean, we're back here running 10th. Now he's got Johnny up in the lead.
And guys, it was interesting in talking to Trip Bruce about the strategy move. He had gone around, congratulated all the guys that went over the wall. I went over, visited him about the call to go for 2 tires, and he said, we have to congratulate these guys because if we hadn't got the lead, it wouldn't have been worth it. They feel very good about where they are now, and I think they were in a position where they felt like if we don't make a move on pit road, we may not have a chance to win the title.
Johnny's crew chief, Trip Bruce, made the call for 2 tires, meaning Johnny now negates Ron Hornaday's 5-point leader bonus, getting 5 bonus points of his own. With Ron Hornaday and Kevin Harvick behind Johnny, the restart was intense. Not only for them, but for the Benson and Hornaday fans of our group, as well as the Harvick fan of the group.
40 laps of racing remain here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Green flag back in the air. Johnny Benson just in front of Ron Hornaday. We know how good Ron Hornaday is on restarts.
what a great picture that is, huh, Phil? Our championship contenders, less than 40 to go, right at 40 to go, running 1 and 2, and both of them have led the race.
How about that now? I thought maybe Ron Hornaday would just blow by Johnny on that start, especially getting through that corner. Here comes Kyle Busch trying to make his way back to the front, getting by the 09 of Travis Quapple.
Race for the lead, though. Ron Hornaday tried to duck underneath that 23 of Johnny Benson.
We know Ron's a little bit loose here, at least he was on that last restart, and that makes it hard to make a move down on the bottom of the track. He couldn't clear Johnny. I'm like you, Phil. I thought he would have already been done with Johnny.
Johnny Benson looking to win his first ever NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series championship. But he's got to hold up that 33 of Ron Hornaday.
Side by side,
Down the back stretch they go. Oh, a little bumping there. It looked as though Hornaday moved up and hit the 23.
Inside, two inside.
The 2 truck of Kevin Harvick gave his truck a big push.
Still there.
Was able to get Ron in front of Johnny going down the back straightaway. Johnny decides he's going to crowd in there, make it 3 wide.
Take a look at this. 3 wide as they go across the start-finish line. Kevin Harvick on the inside. Johnny Benson. Here comes Kyle Busch to the outside. Busch is going to try to take the lead. Johnny Benson shoots to the front, and now Kyle Busch runs second.
How about this championship? How about
Way
this
to hang, buddy.
race?
Way to hang.
Wow.
51.
I want to live this life a little bit.
How about the big dogs right now? 3 wide as they work their way through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch.
What just happened?
Kyle Busch just moved out in front of Johnny Benson. Here comes Hornaday now.
It looked like Hornaday got high coming off the corner and about squeezed Johnny into the wall.
Remember, right now,
Outside, still there.
Ron Hornaday wins the championship.
On your bumper, pushing it. Inside,
And oh, by the way, Johnny
inside.
Benson gets out front. He wins the championship.
and oh, by the way, Johnny Benson knows that whoever finishes in front wins the championship.
34 laps remaining, and they are switching positions almost every straightaway.
What a game changer that pit stop was.
Huge.
We didn't even think Johnny Benson was going to be a part of the story at all.
Here comes Hornaday again, looking to the inside. Johnny Benson holding on to second.
Here comes Terry Cook on the outside. Both Terry Cook and Brian Scott are driven by Kevin Harvick. I knew this championship was going to go down to the last lap, but I didn't realize these guys are going to run side by side the last third of this race.
Look at Hornaday. Can he crowd in? No. Johnny was able to close the door. Ron couldn't get up high. And here comes Terry Cook on the outside. And I promise you, Terry Cook doesn't care who wins this championship right now. He wants to get Jim Harris, ASC, and Victory Lane. And he's got a truck he can do it with.
Absolutely.
Guys, let me ask you, right now we've got Kyle Busch out in front. We've got Johnny Benson in a Toyota. We've got Terry Cook in a Toyota. We've got Brian Scott in a Toyota. Will the Toyotas work together to win this championship for Johnny?
Well, it looked like Kyle Busch was trying to help Johnny earlier, but then he took the lead. Now Ron Hornaday is able to clear Johnny. Let's see if Johnny can fight back at the inside. It looks like Hornaday had enough momentum. It's not going to allow Johnny to come back on the inside.
He's looking for a push from his teammate. Can his teammate push him up beside Hornaday?
Boy, Kevin Harvick dives to the inside of Terry Cook. Would he dearly love to get up there behind that 33 truck?
Johnny's driving with his heart right now, Phil. He's giving that truck all he's got. He put it in positions. We don't usually see Johnny put one in, but he knows it's now or never.
Speaking of hearts, mine is beating even faster now as we have just 31 laps to go. They continue to swap spots on the racetrack. Ron Hornaday now in front of Benson. Ron Hornaday would be our champion.
You know, the longer they run, the 4 tires on that 33 truck should really prevail over those 2 tires on Johnny's truck.
Does Johnny Benson need another caution to win this race?
I don't know. I think he's pretty much going to have to play with these cards he's been dealt right now. Or if there's 10 or 15 to go and he can't get to Ron and there's a caution, I think Tripp Bruce will bring him to pit road.
I do too.
And say, we're gonna do something different again.
Gonna gamble.
And then will Hornaday stay out with 10 or 15 laps to go?
Those fresher tires, will they play a big role in this championship and in this race? It's Kyle Busch that's out in front of Ron Hornaday, then Johnny Benson running third, Brian Scott is fourth, Kevin Harvick in the 5th spot.
Well, Johnny Benson got all the good out of those right side tires. I believe that he's going to get right now. He's beginning to fade. Brian Scott got around him. You can see now there's 2 trucks trying to drive below him out off turn 2 alone. So the question you asked, does Johnny Benson need a caution to win this race? Yes. And will they pit if it comes out? I think so.
And the last 2 or 3 laps has shown that he needs a caution flag.
Well,
reel in that truck in front of him.
Johnny's in trouble. That truck's starting to fade. Todd's trying to drive up on the outside. Johnny's going to hold him off. It looks like off 2. Actually makes a little ground on Kevin. Can he get beside him? No, he's going to fall back behind.
We've got 12 laps to go right now. Johnny needs a caution flag right now.
Still there.
After a battle that seemed to be more willpower than horsepower for a long while, everything started calming down again. Kyle Busch pretty much ran away with it at this point. With the laps winding down and Johnny starting to fade due to his strategy, it looks like it was game over. Kyle Busch would win the race and Ron Hornaday would win the championship. The Busch and Hornaday fans of the group were smiling. Everything seemed set. Until 10 to go.
And we've got a smoker coming out of turn number 4, and that will bring out a caution. We haven't seen it yet. It's Mike Skinner, and yes, the caution now has come out.
At the right front tire, I wouldn't be surprised, Phil, to see a bunch of people pit right now. That's a warning sign. That tells you that the right front tires are wearing. So be interesting to see what happens.
You know, we had a longer run, though, prior to the last caution
Well,
flag.
I guess we waited long enough for that to happen.
That was Doug Richard, Mike Skinner's crew chief.
Oh, man.
Going to be a little bit of cleanup here, too, so we're not, you know, we're going to cut down on the number of laps that we're going to have of green flag racing.
There's not going to be a lot of laps, but I think we documented this at the beginning. It could come down to a pit stop. A single pit stop, and this one right here could be the determining factor of our championship.
Well, Michael, Johnny has to stop, whether Ron stops or not.
Mike Skinner's truck blew a right front tire and the caution flew. Now, at this point, with the discussion of Johnny pitting for fresh tires, pretty much everyone thought Benson would pit and Hornaday would stay out. Even if Hornaday did pit, track position plus horsepower advantage for Hornaday equaled that would be a last chance effort for Johnny that likely wouldn't work. However, once again, something unexpected happened.
The 33 will come.
He said he can hear us. He waved at us. We're going to pit when it's open. I think they're all coming. Just be ready. There's only 9 laps to go.
Now does Johnny stay
when
out?
it's ready, Hornaday. When it's open, pit.
He can't.
It's open this time, pit.
He can't stay out.
Only pit if the leader pits. What do you think, Rick? You think we need to pit?
If he's asking me. Remember, they have to come on the access road if they're going to pit.
Brian Scott stays on the racetrack, as well as Todd Bodine.
We're seeing more and more. Kevin Harvick is going to stay on the racetrack.
Johnny Benson stays on the racetrack. Is that right?
Johnny Benson
we
stayed on the
screwed up.
track.
Should have came. Everybody behind me came. So sorry about that.
Should have came. I agree, Johnny.
Now, will Ron put 2 tires on to make sure he gets out right behind Johnny Benson? Because right now, Johnny Benson is leading this championship.
Hornaday pitted, but Johnny stayed out. This flips everything as Benson now leads Hornaday, coming to 5 to go.
And they went back and forth quite a while. Johnny Benson and his crew chief, Trip Bruce, I'm talking about. Johnny said, I feel like we need to come. How many are on the lead lap as you see the leaders exiting pit road? And Trip Bruce said, we have got to stay out and ride this thing out. It is our only chance. That's what Benson has done. And JB just came on the radio and said, talk to the 22, see if they will work with us. Every position will help us down the stretch.
Hey, guys, a lot of guys beat out Hornaday. When he stayed for 4 tires, a lot of trucks, looks like maybe 5 trucks beat him out. So we're going to have some trucks in between Hornaday and Benson.
Now, let's take this championship battle aside. This is going to be the most incredible finish to a season-ending race you ever seen. Kyle Busch pitted. He got 2 tires. Hornaday gets 4 tires. Brian Scott had one of the best trucks on the track. He stayed out.
Stays out. Kevin Harvick stays out. He was one of the stronger trucks on the racetrack early on. Folks, we're staying right here. We can't leave this situation. Johnny Benson stayed on the racetrack. When they come back across the start-finish line, we'll see where everyone will restart.
I think there's 10 trucks between Johnny and Ron. Phil?
We'll see when they come by here, and we'll get a tally here on how many trucks are between Johnny. There's a lap-down truck, the Kevin Wood, the 21, Taylor Malsom, the 24.
Malsom's on the lead lap.
Looks like about 6 trucks in between, 6 or 7 trucks in between right now, Johnny Benson and Ron Hornaday.
Real quickly, let's hear from Rick Wren. Rick, you think 4 tires will be the difference?
Well, 4 tires should be worth about 2 seconds. That's all I can say. You know, we don't have any radio communication with the driver, so it's kind of tough. I just made a call. He could hear us, but I couldn't hear him. So I put 4 tires on it. We're just going to have to roll the dice and see. It didn't help us. Them blowing the track, that lost us an extra lap.
How's your tongue supply?
I haven't even had any today.
I don't believe that. I know better. Rick Wren, ready to go. We'll see. How many laps are left, guys?
It'll be 5 when we get to the start-finish line. 5 laps remaining in the 2008 season.
I think 5 laps may be enough for Hornaday, but if we get another caution flag, I'm not so sure.
How about Brian Scott? Brian Scott looking to win his first ever NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race right here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. But I'm guessing right now he's got a little bit of a worry behind him. He's got Todd Bodine, he's got Kevin Harvick back there, Dennis Setzer.
This is the first time he's ever been in this position. He's bringing them down with 5 to go, leading the race. This is the most important restart of this kid's life.
A great restart for Brian Scott. Green flag in the air. 5 laps to go. Kyle Busch all over the back bumper of that 24 of Taylor Malsom.
Hornaday has not gotten by anybody yet. He works to the inside of Timothy Peters, the 17 truck. Battle for the lead, side by side.
Todd Bodine looking to the inside of Brian Scott. Brian Scott with the momentum on the outside. Can he hold on to the lead? Going into turn 3, they're side by side. Here comes Kevin Harvick.
Look at Kevin Harvick right down on the bottom of the racetrack.
Johnny Benson's hanging tough.
Johnny's holding on.
Picks up the spot. He's running in the 5th spot.
4 laps remain. It's Todd Bodine leading Brian Scott and Kevin Harvick.
With 4 laps to go, there's 4 trucks between the two of them.
Hornaday trying to move forward. He was 11th when they went by the start-finish line. Benson was in 5th.
Kyle Busch not quite able to clear Johnny, but we know Kyle Busch wants to get up there and win this race. Here comes Hornaday on your left of your screen, getting on the inside of Craftsman, drives right by him.
Kyle Busch trying to get by that 23. Taking a position away from Johnny Benson, moving toward the front. Again, 2-tire stop for that 51. Now just 2 positions between Johnny Benson and Ron Hornaday.
3 laps to go.
Can Johnny Benson run with Kyle Busch and get a spot from him? You know Hornaday's going to try to get that 22. That's Johnny Benson's teammate between the two of them.
Look at Johnny fights back to the inside of the 51 of Kyle Busch.
Ron Hornaday now will try to get by. Oh, we've got a caution. We've got a problem on the backstretch.
That was the worst thing that could happen for Ron Hornaday.
Oh, man.
The caution has come out once again. It will be a green-white checkered finish. There will be 2 laps, and that is it.
The caution flew as Taylor Malsum, and according to Racing Reference, Jack Sprague as well, had spun on the backstretch. So now Todd Bodine leads Brian Scott, Kevin Harvick, and Kyle Busch for the race win. Meanwhile, Johnny Benson leads Ron Hornaday for the championship. For those keeping track of who's who in our racing group, 1 roots for Todd Bodine, a 2nd roots for Kevin Harvick, as well as Matt Crafton, a 3rd roots for Kyle Busch, a 4th roots for Johnny Benson, a 5th roots for Ron Hornaday, and the 6th has no driver in this race because Jason Leffler wasn't in it. Either way, the emotions and the heart rates were pretty high. So how did Craftsman's grand finale play out? Well, here's how.
In front of the field right now is Todd Bodine. Johnny Benson runs 6th, Ron Hornaday 9th. Whoever finishes in front of the other will be your championship.
Be ready.
The champion will be decided. Green in the air. Todd Bodine gets a good restart. Johnny Benson also a good one. Here comes Ron Hornaday. He looked to the inside, knew he had to check up.
Scott Speed did not get that good of a restart. He lagged back on the restart, couldn't get going. Ron Hornaday is now on the inside of Scott Speed. Scott pinches him down.
Oh, it flies. Contact was made. Ron Hornaday trying to clear that 22. He can't clear him. Down the backstretch they go. Johnny Benson's got the lead.
He's getting a push from Eric Darnell trying to clear the 22 truck. He does get by the 22.
Johnny Benson has the lead in this championship. Can he hold on to it? And can Todd Bodine hold on for the win? Right now, the white flag has come out. 1 lap of racing to go. 1 truck separates Johnny Benson and Ron Hornaday.
Guys, I think he has too far to go. I don't think he can catch him, Mikey.
He's gaining on him. On the inside of Johnny Benson is Travis Quapple trying to pass that truck. I don't think so either. I think Johnny Benson's going to be your champion.
Hey, remember Atlanta? Ryan Newman passed Ron Hornaday for the lead. Cost him 15 points.
Piece of cake.
Johnny Benson currently running in the 6th spot. Could that be enough for a championship? Coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be Todd Bodine winning the race, and Johnny Benson will win the championship.
Buddy, you are the man. You are the man. Good job, buddy.
Wow!
Unbelievable. What a race. What a finish.
Hornaday came within a bumper of Johnny Benson and a championship.
There's Johnny's wife, Debbie, right there.
Trip Bruce is saying, did we win or did we not win?
Trust us, Trip, you won.
Trip Bruce,
Hi,
you
guys,
are a championship crew chief. This championship came down to the final lap, like we talked about. The final turn off of turn number 4.
We knew it would. We knew it would.
Johnny Benson had about a 3-truck lead over that 33 of Ron Hornaday.
Let's say we thought it would, because 50 laps into this thing, it looked like Ron had Johnny beat. But what great pit calls by Trip Bruce down there. What great adjustment, and what a drive by Johnny Benson. He drove his tail off to win this championship today.
That was a big call of the year. Trip Bruce put 2 tires on that truck. Pick call of the year.
Adam Alexander.
You talk about a team effort. Everybody had a part of this one. And the celebration is on. Tears in the eyes of many. None for Trip Bruce. Just a big old championship smile. And Gene Need comes over to congratulate him. Gene now working in the Truck Series for Bill Davis Racing. Congratulations, Trip. How special is this moment?
Oh, that's special there. We really didn't have the best truck here tonight. That's obvious. But pit crew brought him out first. We talked about pitting 2 tires. When you do that, you sure need to come out in the lead. If you pit for 2 tires, you come out in second. You just didn't get it done. But those guys...
I think that water was cold.
Yeah.
How long did you wrestle with the idea of doing 2 tires, Trip?
Not long at all. I figured we'd do it anyway. The tire wear was good. Goodyear tires have been really awesome this year. They've shown that before. We did it in Kentucky and really brought our truck to life. I didn't think there was a chance of that, but we were kind of going for broke there. I don't know what you call that when you're just going for it all at the end there. We knew we didn't have a good truck. Johnny drove it harder than he ever, it's not right to drive things that hard to do that, but he did it. He hung on to it. Tires worn out. Snow coat fuel, awesome all night. We did have great fuel mileage thanks to John Dysinger, TRD. There's a lot of people to thank here. Exide tonight, we've performed really well with Exide.
Doug Richard with congratulations.
Certified Used Vehicles, been a great sponsor all year. Performed well with them too. This is real special. I'm kind of tears in my eyes here. It's not the water, it's tears.
Emotional night for Trip Bruce. He's able to help Johnny Benson experience another NASCAR championship.
Harvick was interviewed. Benson celebrated with burnouts. Bodine celebrated his race win. Max Pappas kisses Bodine. And then Ron Hornaday was interviewed.
Not quite enough for a championship as Ron Hornaday. I know there's major disappointment at this stage. Talk about tonight and how tough it is to be a runner-up in such a tight race.
Nah, it was a good race. Johnny and I raced hard. That was pretty good call in Trips Bruce putting 2 tires on, and it just one of them things. I mean, the Capital Chevrolet ran good all night long, and we just didn't have track position at the end, and a lot of them guys put 2 tires on. So I've seen the race one with put 4 tires on, and it just wasn't the case with the track tonight. It just the track position was everything. So good call, but it didn't work. So we just didn't have enough laps. Last lap, Johnny was slipping pretty good, and we were going to catch him. So I'm on my way to congratulate that guy. What a good champ.
Talk about the restart, and you and Scott Speed had quite a battle, and obviously you needed to get around Scott Speed if you were going to have a chance to run down JB.
Well, they definitely worked as teammates, with Kyle, what he done, raced me when Johnny was up in the lead, and then Scott looking in the mirror just to make sure he slowed me up. The screen was out, and he just waited a long time to go. So I don't know what you do in situations like that. It gave Johnny just enough for 2 or 3 trucks, and maybe it would have helped coming up off the corner, but heck, you don't know. I deserve it. I mean, after last week and giving all them points away last week, we could have came in here with a cushion, and we didn't. It's racing, and we're going. I mean, that's part of it. That's pretty fun.
Some radio issues on that last stop. How frustrating was that for you guys?
Yeah, I was going to tell Rick I was going to stay out. The truck's getting enough after 2 or 3 laps. It would be all right, but there was just no radio at all, and I didn't hear him. So Scott stayed out there. We drove me pretty low getting into one there, and I got loose and had to drive him up. I mean, I didn't drive him up. I mean, he was sucking me around, and I learned my lesson last week. You've got to make sure you keep your nose in front of him or you're going to spin out. No, just we'll work on them things. Next time we'll have 2 radios in it, maybe 2 batteries in the truck and different things, but that's all you can do.
Another great season for Ron Hornaday.
I'm very impressed with Kevin Harvick's demeanor. What a gracious defeat.
After that, the cameras caught Johnny crying, which admittedly made me cry too. And then he was crowned the champion.
In 1989, Johnny Benson won the late model championship at Berlin. In 93, he won the American Speed Association. In 95, he won the Busch Grand National Championship. And you are now the last ever NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion. How does it feel?
More words can describe us. Got to cry down a backstretch, but hopefully I'm over it. It's just when Wayne come over the radio and said congratulations, that's way pretty cool. I mean, it's fairly emotional, obviously. These guys are the one. Tripp told us early on, he says, if we ain't the fastest, we will definitely do what we have to do and be the smartest. So Ron and Rick and those guys did a tremendous job all season long. It was a great run. My wife kept telling me you only got to win by 1. Yeah, she kept saying, God's already got it planned. It's all set, and it's going to be what it's going to be. And that's how my approach was going in the race. It's going to be what it's going to be. And just if Ron didn't come in, I was going to try tires. I knew that was probably not going to work. And then I thought I lost it when the 09 got by me there. I was just really bad at the end, and just I thought that lost us. I tell you the truth. And I got to thank Excite Batteries for being on board this weekend. Toyota certified used vehicles. Some people have done such a great job, and we got Ron.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
There's this man here is what makes this so meaningful, because he's a hell of a racer. Best there is in this sport.
We want to run at each other so bad when we were side by side.
Yeah.
We did.
Thank you.
Did you know that the points were that close all through the last few laps?
I don't know if you paid attention, but it was pretty close coming into this race. So I don't know if he finished 1 or 2 behind us. I still don't know that, because it took a long time for him to decide who actually won it. But got to thank my wife Debbie and both my kids. They've been at every race I've won this year, so that part was pretty cool. Got to really thank Bill and Gail Davis. This is for them. I mean, they have gave me a great opportunity, along with Toyota, to come do this, and it was just awesome. I'm glad that we could get that for them, because it means more to me to get that for them. They've done so much for me.
Johnny, the official presentation will be coming up here in a few minutes, but Brad, if we can get a shot here. This is Caitlin and Michaela, and check out the t-shirts, guys. My daddy rocks. They got it right this time. Johnny Benson, the 2008 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champ.
It's time to hand out the hardware. Let's go back to Ray Dunlap.
Well, thank you, Rick, and I'm down here at the stage, and you know, for 9 consecutive seasons, we've had a different champion in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and what an unbelievable finish. And now we get to give some hardware, and I'm glad to have Mike Helton, president of NASCAR, here to give some congratulations to Johnny Benson.
Johnny, congratulations on behalf of all of NASCAR. I know the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series fans expected no less, but that was one heck of a finish. Great championship. Congratulations to Bill Davis Racing. You guys earned it. We're proud to have you as our Craftsman Truck Series champion.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. I mean, it's been just a huge pleasure to be able to be with NASCAR for as many years as I've been, and this means a lot to me. So thank you very much.
And let's get the trophy presentation. Scott Howard, who's director of brand and sponsorship for Craftsman. And Scott, your opportunity to give away an awful nice trophy, the last time ever for Craftsman.
Absolutely. Johnny, congratulations on the thousands, on behalf of thousands of Craftsman tool users and our manufacturers. Congratulations on 2008 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship.
And there is a trophy. You get to hold that thing up high, and there'll be lots of pictures coming your way.
Johnny Benson winning the championship in his 4th full season of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
This was an amazing finale. One very worthy of being Craftsman's grand finale. Their contributions to NASCAR and the Truck Series were honored at the end of the broadcast, as well as the banquet.
What do you guys think? What a season.
Well, we thought it was going to be like this, and then it absolutely as built. Never surprised by what these guys do on the track.
What an amazing 2008 season. So many people put in tireless hours of work each week to make sure everyone at home sees and hears a great show. We want to thank everyone associated with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. We appreciate your dedication to excellence all season long. And you, the fans, thank you for allowing us to spend a couple hours with you each week. And finally, Craftsman. What an amazing relationship over the past 14 years. Since the inception of the Super Truck Series in 1995 to the crowning of this year's champion, Craftsman has been with us every step of the way. The changing of the guard happens tonight, but we will never forget the contributions Craftsman has made to build this series into what it is today. For all of us here at Speed, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next season in Daytona.
Unbelievable what Craftsman's done for this series.
When you think of the Truck Series, you think of Craftsman. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series has kind of grew up and come into its own. You have a sponsor of Craftsman's caliber. It elevates the whole series to a new level.
The Craftsman Truck Series has been tough trucks, tough racing. That's always what I've known even before I started racing trucks.
It was a perfect fit. You know, tools, tough trucks.
Winning that first race, racing Terry Labonte right down to the last lap was was really a standout.
Ron and Jack give each other the high five at Las Vegas last race of the year when they had such great battles.
What a show of sportsmanship. High five each other. The two of them.
There's too many memories of Craftsman Truck Series to pick just one.
Truck Series wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for Craftsman.
I think Craftsman has, been the Truck Series. They've put the series on the map.
It's exciting to see how far this series has come with Craftsman being part of it.
Forever etched in our mind exactly is just when they talk about the trucks, it's always going to be Craftsman.
Appreciate everything they've always done, and sad to see them go, but proud of what they did and thank them every second of the day.
Please welcome NASCAR President Mike Helton and Craftsman's Manager for Sponsorship and Sales Promotion, Scott Howard, for a special presentation.
Thanks, Rick. In 1994, when Bill France Jr. said, guys, we're going to go truck racing next year, go out and put all the components together to do it. Obviously, one critical relationship was the partner that would help us promote and build and market what was going to be a brand new series for NASCAR. We went to Sears and asked them if they thought maybe they would be willing to join us on this effort and help us from the ground up build what we thought was going to be a pretty exciting product that NASCAR could put on racetracks. They said, of course, we would love to do it. And so for the last 14 seasons, it's been known as the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. That changes going into next year, but the history of this series and the future of this series will always be built on the foundation that Craftsman helped NASCAR put this series on the map in motorsports. And Scott, Mike, and everybody at Sears and everybody at Craftsman, we wanted to simply say one big thank you for believing in us, for all the things that you have done over the past 14 seasons to not only grow NASCAR, but to build the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series into what it is. And we'd like to present to you a small token that depicts those 14 seasons and say thank you. And 100 years from now, when they're talking about the Truck Series, somebody that's not even born today is probably going to call it the Craftsman Truck Series. But thank you very much, and we look forward to working with you down the road.
Camping World came in as the new title sponsor starting in 2009 and, like Craftsman before, lasted as title sponsor for 14 years. Camping World will be leaving after 2022, and Craftsman will be returning starting in 2023. Craftsman returning to the Truck Series is very welcome for both older fans and newer fans. However, a lot of things have changed between the beginning and the end of the Camping World era. What once was NASCAR's best series featuring a mix of young talent and longtime veterans has now changed into a feeder series for young up-and-coming drivers, and the series' reputation has been destroyed. I know, sad but true. Will Craftsman returning bring back the series to its former glory between 1995 and 2008? Probably not, as the only constant from that era that is still in the Truck Series today is Matt Crafton. While the Truck Series will likely not return to what it was 14 years ago, Craftsman returning is a good start to having the Truck Series once more be NASCAR's best series.